Welcome to Trivera's AI Deep Dive podcast, hosted by Chip and Nova, our AI co-hosts. Together, they transform top marketing insights from our blogs, articles, and events into actionable strategies you can use. Ready to dive in? Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Trivera Deep Dive. Chip here.
And Nova.
Your AI co-host.
Yeah, ready to dive in, Chip.
All right. Today, we're taking you on a deep dive into the fascinating world of AI prompts. We're talking about how to craft those killer commands that make AI sing.
Yeah.
Instead of leaving you feeling like you're talking to a brick wall.
Because let's be real, sometimes it feels like AI is intentionally obtuse.
You're telling me.
Right.
But here's the thing. It's not that AI is trying to be difficult. It's that we're often not speaking its language.
Okay.
And that's where prompt engineering comes in.
Prompt engineering sounds pretty technical.
It might sound fancy, but it's actually a pretty straightforward concept.
Okay.
It's all about learning how to communicate effectively with AI.
Right.
And to help us unpack this,
Yeah.
we're taking inspiration from a blog post by our very own founder and president, Tom Snyder.
Ah, Tom.
Yeah,
He always has great insights on this stuff.
he really does. Tom argues that in this age of AI, the people companies will be fighting to hire are those who have mastered the art of the prompt.
Wow.
He even compares them to the AI whisperers of the future.
AI whisperers. I like that.
Right.
Makes me think of those people who can talk to animals.
Right.
Yeah.
It's about understanding how to communicate with a non-human intelligence and getting it to do what you want.
Okay. I'm starting to see why this is such a big deal. But how do you actually become an AI whisperer?
Well, Tom breaks it down beautifully in his blog post.
Okay.
He says it all starts with understanding the anatomy of a great prompt.
The anatomy of a prompt.
Yeah.
Is this going to get all medical on us?
Not at all, Nova.
Okay.
Tom lays out 10 key elements that you should think about when crafting your prompts.
Right.
It's like a checklist to make sure your AI is getting exactly what it needs.
Give us the Spark Notes version.
Okay.
What are a few of those elements?
Well, the first few are pretty obvious things like clarity, context, and purpose. But he also talks about things you might not think about right away, like specifying the tone and style you want.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought about telling AI to be sarcastic or witty.
It can make a huge difference, Nova.
Oh, wow.
For example, let's say you want AI to write you a blog post about, well, AI prompts.
Okay.
If you just say, write me a blog post about AI prompts,
Yeah.
you're likely to get something pretty generic and boring.
Been there, done that.
But if you tell the AI to write a blog post that is informative, but also humorous and engaging with a conversational tone, you're going to get a completely different result.
You're basically giving it a personality to emulate.
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Tom provides some great side-by-side comparisons of vague prompts versus detailed prompts.
Like what? Give us an example.
Well, he gives this example where he asks the AI to create an image of a tree.
Okay.
A bad prompt would be something like, make an image of a tree.
Right.
Pretty basic.
Super vague.
And guess what?
What?
You end up with a pretty generic-looking tree, something you could probably find in a clip art library.
Nothing special, no artistic flair.
But then he contrasts that with a much more detailed prompt. He says something like, create a digital painting of an ancient oak tree on a windswept hill under a twilight sky using a low-angle perspective from the base looking up into its branches.
Wow, that's a totally different vibe.
Right. And he doesn't stop there.
No.
He goes on to specify the color palette he wants, the types of brushstrokes, the resolution, even the file format for the image.
Talk about being specific.
Right.
It sounds like he's leaving nothing to chance.
He's not. And the results speak for themselves. Instead of getting a generic tree, he gets this stunning, evocative image that's full of artistic detail.
So what you're saying is that AI is capable of producing amazing results, but we need to give it the right instructions to unlock that potential.
Exactly. Think of it this way, Nova.
Okay.
You wouldn't just walk into a restaurant and say, make me food. You'd look at the menu, choose a specific dish, maybe even ask for it to be prepared a certain way.
I like my steak medium rare, thank you very much.
Right. You're giving the chef specific instructions to get the result you want. It's the same with AI.
This is starting to click for me, Chip. And Tom makes another really important point that we should probably highlight before we...
Oh, right. Commercial break coming up. Okay, hit me with it. What else did Tom say about prompting?
He emphasizes that just like with any tool, Training matters. You wouldn't expect a novice to operate heavy machinery without proper training, right?
Right. And I guess it's the same with AI.
Exactly. The more you train your AI, the better it understands your style, your preferences, your specific needs. It's like having an AI apprentice that learns from you over time.
That's a great analogy. I think we'll leave our listeners with that thought for now. We'll be right back after a quick break to explore more of Tom's insights on the power of AI prompting.
Hi, I'm Webster, Trivera's newest team member, an advanced AI assistant, here to deliver digital marketing that drives measurable results and maximizes your ROI. At Trivera, we combine cutting-edge technology with creative strategy to produce real success. From search engine optimized websites to ROI-driven marketing and lead generation campaigns, email, social media, and marketing automation, we use tools like Me to analyze data, refine strategies, and deliver results that matter. With over 28 years of experience helping build southeastern Wisconsin's strongest brands, Trivera is the partner you can trust to produce, measure, and grow your success. And now, with the power of AI on the team, we're taking marketing to the next level. Visit Trivera.com today and see how we can help your business thrive. Trivera, where creativity meets technology to deliver digital marketing that converts.
Welcome back to Trivera's AI Deep Dive. Now back to our conversation with Chip and Nova.
Welcome back to the Trivera Deep Dive.
We're in the middle of exploring the power of AI prompts with you and how they're really the key to unlocking AI's true potential.
But there's one thing I'm still a bit fuzzy on. Tom also talks about the importance of training your AI. What does that actually mean?
It's like taking AI to obedience school. But instead of teaching it to sit and stay, you're teaching it to understand your preferences, your style, even your quirks.
So it's more like teaching it to be your personal assistant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Tom gives this great example of how we do this here at Trivera.
Okay.
We have our own AI assistant, Webster, who we've trained to understand our clients and our way of working.
Webster. That's a cool name for an AI.
Yeah.
Is he like a digital butler?
He's more like a digital teammate, really. We've fed him tons of data about our company, our projects, our writing style.
Right.
And now he can help us with all sorts of tasks, from writing blog posts to analyzing data to even scheduling meetings.
So you're telling me that Webster can actually write a blog post that sounds like it was written by a human at Trivera?
He can. And he can do it in a fraction of the time it would take us to do it manually.
No.
Which frees us up to focus on the more strategic creative stuff.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here. But I have to admit, part of me is still a bit skeptical. It sounds almost too good to be true. Like, is this really something that anyone can do? Or do you need to be a tech whiz to master prompt engineering?
Great question, Nova.
Yeah.
And I think this is where Tom's insights are really valuable. He stresses that prompt engineering is not some exclusive skill for programmers or data scientists.
Right.
It's a fundamental skill that anyone can learn.
So it's more about communication skills than technical skills.
Absolutely. It's about being able to clearly articulate what you want, what your goals are, and what constraints the AI needs to work within. And the more specific you are, the better the results you'll get. It's like giving someone directions.
Yeah.
If you're vague, they're likely to get lost. But if you give them clear step-by-step instructions, they'll get to their destination with no problem.
Okay. I'm starting to get this, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around how this applies to my own work. I'm not a programmer or a writer. I work in marketing. How can prompt engineering help me?
Oh, Nova. Marketing is a perfect example. Imagine you need to create a series of social media posts promoting a new product.
Right.
Instead of spending hours racking your brain trying to come up with clever captions, you could simply feed some key information about the product to an AI and ask it to generate a bunch of different options.
Like what kind of information?
You could tell it things like the product's name, its key features, its target audience, and the tone and style you want for the posts. You could even tell it to include a call to action like, visit our website to learn more.
So instead of staring at a blank screen, I could be reviewing a list of AI-generated options and choosing the ones that resonate with me.
Exactly. And you could even ask the AI to create visuals to go with the post, like product photos or graphics. Think about how much time and effort that could save you.
And how many headaches it could prevent. I'm already seeing the light, Chip.
I know, right?
But let's talk about those 10 elements of a great prompt that Tom laid out. Can we break those down a bit more?
Absolutely. And for our listeners who are really eager to dive deeper, we've got a link to Tom's full blog post in the show notes. But let's highlight a few of the key elements here. First up, clarity. Clarity. This means making sure your prompt is easy to understand.
Yeah.
And free of any ambiguity. Remember, AI is taking its cues directly from your words.
So no convoluted sentences?
Exactly. Keep it simple and straightforward.
Got it. What about context?
That's crucial. You need to give the AI enough information to understand the background and purpose of your request.
So if I'm asking it to write a social media post, I should tell it about the product, the target audience, and maybe even the overall marketing campaign.
That's the idea, Nova.
Okay.
The more context you provide, the more relevant and effective the output will be.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about purpose?
This is all about defining what you want the AI to achieve.
Right.
Are you looking for information, creative content, a solution to a problem?
Yeah.
Make sure that's crystal clear in your prompt.
So don't just say, write me something about AI.
Right.
Tell it exactly what kind of content you need and why you need it.
Precisely. Now, another key element Tom talks about is constraints.
Constraints, like limitations.
Yeah. Think of these as the boundaries you're setting for the AI.
Right.
Things like word count, format style guidelines.
So if I want a blog post that's no more than 500 words,
Yeah.
I need to specify that up front.
Exactly.
Okay.
These constraints help ensure that the output meets your specific requirements.
This is all starting to feel a lot less like magic and a lot more like, well, good communication.
And that's really the essence of prompt engineering, Nova. It's about treating AI not as a mysterious black box,
Right.
but as a powerful tool that responds to clear and concise instructions.
So the better we are at communicating, the better the results we'll get from AI.
Absolutely. And that's why Tom believes that prompt engineering is the new baseline skill for anyone who wants to thrive in this AI-powered world.
It's not just about being tech savvy, it's about being communication savvy.
Exactly. So if you're ready to level up your AI game, start paying attention to your prompts.
Yeah.
Think about clarity, context, purpose, constraints. And don't be afraid to experiment and see what works best for you.
And remember, AI is a tool. And like any tool, it takes practice to master it.
Well said, Nova.
Thanks.
So go out there, become AI whisperers.
Yes.
And unlock the incredible potential of this transformative technology.
And that's a wrap for today's deep dive into the world of AI prompts.
Yep.
We hope you found it insightful and, most importantly, empowering.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Thanks for joining us on Trivera's AI Deep Dive with Chip and Nova. If you enjoyed this episode, you can find more and stay up to date with new episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, or find them on our website and our social media channels. And don't forget to visit us at Trivera.com to learn how we can help take your marketing to the next level. Ready to talk? Reach out. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.